everyone. Just wanted to stop in for a quick tutorial using up some scraps. This is a quick little recap, and I'm basically just going to show you the colorants and what I'm using in this particular soap. So you're seeing me remake these scraps or remake these crystals from scraps, and then we'll get right on to it. I'm just using what's left over from last week. Actually the week before, because or maybe even a couple weeks ago. I don't know. Um, the soap I did that was the landscape crystal soap, and I will show you a couple of pictures of that and of the other kind of designs I've made using these scraps. Just a few to kind of catch up those who may not have seen the first videos of these, catch you up a little bit on the technique, and then go to use the scraps. Now, you can use scraps of whatever you want and like for colors, for scents, all that, or just soaps you have left over from something, or soaps you didn't like necessarily, but the colors aren't bad. Sometimes, things happen, and there's many reasons we might not like a soap or want to rebatch it in some way. This is just another way to rebatch and use up your scraps. It's a very simple process. Um, I'm basically chopping those into tiny, tiny crystals. So you just have to do a lot of chopping. That's the hardest part about it. This is the landscape crystal soap that I made, just to give you an idea. There's one with it lit up because they were transparent enough to let light through, and that's always a fun picture. I don't know why I didn't get one of those pictures of this soap because it is also very translucent, not transparent. But anyway, so those and that last one you just saw, the gradient, is what's in that loaf soap that's sitting right on your screen. Um, because I made it the same day, and once I pour soap, I kind of like to let it sit and not move it. It can cause problems if you move it, so I would just prefer not to. So I do adjust my camera over so that you can see a little bit of what's going on while I'm making my scrap soap. I do in this soap, I shove my hands in the soap a lot. So if that offends you, you might not want to watch this soap. My hands are very clean. I had just made a soap and washed my hands about 20 times during that process. And the only thing I had on my hands was soap and more soap. Um, so, one key to this kind of technique that I'll tell you, there's not a lot of real serious instruction, but you want to pour hot. You want to pour your soap that is the binder of your crystals. You want to pour it hot, or it's going to fall apart. So, whatever hot means for your soap. For my soap, it means about 135, 130 to 135. I wouldn't go below 130, and I definitely didn't want to go above 135 or ish, maybe 136. You could it's up to you. Um because you're pouring tiny bits, and you'll see when I pour this first little layer, once I get my soap melted, um I pour very small amounts and pour my crystals in very quickly. The small amount um, is not going to melt your crystals completely. It might melt them enough to hold them in place well, and you won't see melting, I promise you, unless you're pouring it at some crazy temperature. Now, 135 is what I said I do, but if you're using another brand, you might have to change that out. This is the Wholesale Supplies Plus, and their melting point is between 120 and 125. So for me, about 10 degrees above my melting point. Now, I don't know what your melting point is, but you should know that. Um, I poured about a half an inch in here, and it was hot enough to grab them very well, and but still will set up quickly enough to where they're not going to melt in there. You don't want it to completely melt. Just kind of doesn't even really start to melt. It's microscopic. You can't see the amount of melting, but it's enough to hold them in there very well. Um, I don't spritz with a lot of alcohol. I do pop the bubbles. Um, although there is one time I noticed I didn't, and I'm shocked that I didn't get bubbles, but I didn't. Um, but I would spritz just lightly spritz between pores, um, just to pop the bubbles and help it to stick together. But it should be hot enough to where you shouldn't be needing to rely on that, and definitely not overspraying it because it will cool it too much. It will add too much of that liquid um, that needs to dissipate and it or evaporate. You just don't want uh, too much, but a little spritz is good. So as you see, I'm just kind of dumping. Uh, I'm not dumping in exact layers. I'm dumping in splotches. I don't know how else to call it. Spots. It kind of in my head as I was doing it, I kind of felt like it was patchwork, like a patchwork quilt or something. It doesn't look like that at all. But it's just in my head, um, kind of how it feels as a technique. You're just kind of putting little patches in of color. And the only thing you want to keep in mind is what colors you're putting next to each other. Do they look good next to each other? I only this is a tiny little 4 by 3.5 or something like that mold. Um, they like to pretend they're a cube, but they're not really a cube. They're just a little off, and I mean that's fine because I cut them in slices, so you're not going to see that. Uh, but uh, it made 3 slices because that's the way that I like to cut my soaps, a little bit thicker. If you turned the soap the other direction and did 1 inch, you're gonna get 4 slices. But mine are about 1 1/4 or so, and 1 1/3 of an inch, and they all a soap like this has 2 sides. Every soap has 2 sides, but some soaps have 2 sides that look, either one could be the front. This is that kind of soap. Some soaps are definitely made with a back and a front, and it's really obvious. But with these, you kind of have 2 options. If one side doesn't look good, you have the other. And in this soap, out of all 3 slices, I only had one side that I didn't care for. It wasn't ugly. It wasn't a horrible thing. I just didn't care for the color combination, and it was one that I didn't mean to put together, but somehow it came together that way. So just just watch and make sure you like the colors that you're using and that they look nice together. Um, Obviously, in the cups, you can kind of look at it that way. Do these colors go all together? But I got an area of a lot of orange and blue, and that's not my favorite color combination, and it wasn't great. But the other side was beautiful, so it didn't matter. Um, and somebody may love orange and blue. Don't forget that beauty is subjective, and what you love, somebody else may really not like, and what you don't like, somebody else may absolutely love. Always keep that in mind, especially when you're doing abstract work like this. It really is subjective. It's just really a personal choice. What do you like? Um, and if you like the basic all color composition, you're probably going to be fine. Keep that in mind as you are using up scraps. If you are only using up soaps that you don't like, or soaps, colors that you don't like, try adding in a third color that brings them together or something. That's a hint, and you can just take out the packet of mica or your jar of mica and hold it up with the others and see if it helps kind of rounded everything out, because sometimes it's just about color choice. Um, with these, I really struggle to get this out, and then suddenly remember that I should spray it, or I ended up spraying it again or something. And that trick of spraying it on the sides is so helpful. Um, it just this one just didn't want to come out, and you can see it loosening from the bottom, but it just kind of got stuck there. So I sprayed the sides again. You just pull the sides out from the soap a little bit and spray down each side. Just a little spray, it doesn't need a ton, but it really helps it come out like magic. I don't remember if I go back and do it again, or if I finally end up getting it out. I don't know. But I know I struggled. You can see the struggle is real. Oh, it came out finally. Okay. So I think even just the bottom like that, I think it looks really cool. Now I'm not obviously that won't be one because I'm not slicing it. That way, I'm gonna slice down through the top. I think the top came out beautiful too. In the pictures that I'm about to show you, well, they're really not pictures, but in the close-ups, I really don't think it picks up all the sparkle. I did these, as you'd seen in the previous videos, if you watched them. If not, please do. They're fun and came up with some beautiful soaps. But they're very, you can look at the top, it's very sparkly. The whole thing, each set of crystals, I sprinkled and stirred in Sparkle Plenty from Mad Micas, which is a lovely glitter like mica. And boy, the sparkle was just gorgeous. In these, it doesn't show up as well on camera. I don't know why. I have no clue, but it didn't show up um, on my film or my photos of it of the picture. Sorry, of the finished soaps, and I have no idea what changed me. I don't know the angle. I mean, I move it around to try to capture the light and capture the sprinkles, but I don't know why it didn't show up. Sparkles, not sprinkles. These kind of do look like sprinkles. Anyway, it's just an abstract design. It's just fun. It's not gonna look like mine. It's gonna look like yours. Um, Anytime you're layering soaps like that with little bits and stuff, any kind of layer, it's gonna create sort of stripes. Uh, and this definitely has some sort of stripes in it. It looks, I don't know, it looks like a really interesting. See, I don't even know how to describe it. I don't have words for it, but it is really pretty. I love the color combination. I love the way the colors come together in little bits and pieces. But yet it doesn't give me the feeling of a patchwork quilt. But again, that was just in my head. Here's the side I didn't like. I didn't care for that. It's not horrible. It's not going to stop somebody from buying a beautiful soap because they might think it's gorgeous. They might love blue and orange together. This side, I think, came out great. I think the pink and the green helped to offset the other colors, but it's just not, I don't know. I know there's a little pink on this side, but I don't know. Maybe if there had been some in between the blue and the orange, it might have helped. But definitely not my favorite of all six sides because you have obviously six sides to choose from. Um, that one, I think all of the rest came out stunning. The sorry, my voice is a little raspy today. This one I think is particularly cool because there's just a few little random spots of blue that just kind of got loose from me, and I think they really added a neat element to it. So don't be afraid to experiment with this. Yes, I could have just stirred them all together and thrown them all together in one soap. Um, I know what that looks like, and it can be really cool, but that's not what I was going for. I wanted to experiment and try for a design, very abstract design. So I someday I'll either show you pictures of or show you what it looks like if you maybe do a new one. If you mix all the crystals together and just make it like a multicolored crystal soap or something. Uh, but if you have watched this far and have been patient enough with me, I know it's a short video, but I certainly hope there was still some time to learn something. It's a fun technique, that's for sure, and it's very forgiving. Like I said, if you choose colors you like together, the likelihood is that you're going to love the results. Thanks so much. Bye.